All right. So we are gonna give everybody a couple minutes to get on here. All right. So tonight we are gonna do the vintage truck, but we're gonna make it all St. Pat's themed with our shamrocks here. So this one's gonna be kind of a long video. It is, hi Katie. Because it's a layering one, I have to make sure my first layer is super dry before I put on my second layer. So it's gonna be kind of a long video. I am gonna use a hairdryer to kind of speed up things a little bit, but just, it's gonna be a long one. So I'm gonna start off kind of figuring out where I want my truck first off. So for those of you that are new to my videos, I am an independent designer for Chalk Couture. Chalk Couture is based off of these transfers you see here. They have many different transfers to go, and they're a sticky, here, I'll show you this one since I'm going to be taking it off first. It's a sticky silk screen. Hi Brandy, I'm glad you caught me too. So this is sticky on one side, so it can apply to any surface that you can think of, literally, and I mean any surface that you can think of. And then we have our specialized paste. Since I am doing St. Pat's, I do have a bunch of green. I got Kiwi, Green Envy. I have our Evergreen. This is one of our old pastes, so it's super small, and so is this one. This is Lime. So a bunch of different shades of green I'm going to be using today. So first I'm going to kind of figure out where to put my truck. So this is going to be the first layer of my truck. This part is where you see on here, it's all the teal color, which is the transfer. That's where it's going to be sticky. So it's all covered here. So this is going to be that underneath part right there. So I'm just going to figure out where I am going to put everything. So something like that will work. All right. So I'll take all my layers off, and we'll start with just this bottom. We'll take my backer off. Now, because Chalk Couture is sticky on one side, these are reusable stencils. So when I'm done with all these transfers, I will take them and I'll get them washed with just some cold water. I'll leave them sticky side up to dry. And once they're dry, I'll put them right back on these backers, and I'll be able to use it many times, which is one of the great things about this company, is everything they have is reusable and it lasts a long time. So this is just a little plastic like putty tool that we use to put down, or I guess not we use, I use it to put down my transfers because I don't want any air bubbles underneath here. If I have any air bubbles, it will show up in my paste. But the great thing about Chalk Couture, if it does show up in my paste, I can simply wipe it off and redo it. Hi, Tina, darling. I saw your live earlier. Love it. And I love your glass of wine. I am skipping on the glass of wine tonight, but I was pretty envious watching you. So I think I'm going to do, I think this is going to be my shamrock color. So let's do, let's do this for the bottom of my truck. So our chalk paste is one of a kind. It's water soluble, non-toxic. So this one dried up a little bit before I started using it, so it's a little clumpy. But all I did was add water, and now it's usable again. So, great thing about that. Unlike buying paints that are going to dry up on you eventually if you don't use it all, this doesn't dry up. Well, it does, but you just add water to it. So I'm going to take a pretty good amount and I'm just going to push it right through this silk screen here. Now because this is chalk, it does dry kind of quickly. So I'm going to work at kind of a faster pace just because I don't want it to dry in my silk screen. So I got all of my silk screen covered there. I'm going to wipe all the excess right back into here so I get as much as I can. And I'm going to pull off all of the excess. Just like that. And I'm not worried if I get it over here. I'm just going to wipe that off. One thing about Chalk Couture, even if you make little hiccups like that, they are a very easy fix. So now I'm going to lift this, and here is my beautiful first layer of my track. I'm going to hang this over here just to dry for right now, but after my video, I am going to go and wash that, lay it sticky side up. Yes, Jamie, this one is a chalkboard. It's a Chalk Couture, the 12 by 18 boutique board that we have. It's a really good quality, and I like using Chalk Couture boards, especially when I'm layering like I will be tonight, because it layers so much better. I need baby wipes. I'll be right back. So good thing I have kiddos, because I got lots of baby wipes all over the place. I'm just taking a baby wipe and wiping my squeegee so I can use it for the next color. Get that all nice and clean. I'm going to wipe up my little boo-boos here. And just like that, like they never even happened. So while this is kind of drying, I am going to do the top part of this. So the loads of is going to go right about there. So same process. Now this is a brand new transfer that I haven't used before. So because of that, I'm going to take this little microfiber towel I have here and lay my transfer on it. The reason I'm doing this is because of how sticky our transfers are when they're first out of the bag. This adds a little bit of fuzz, what we call in the back of it, so it doesn't stick to my board too much and stretch my transfer out when I lift it up. So, just going to do this a few times. We actually have a new fuzzing cloth that comes out tomorrow, and you can bet yourself that I am definitely buying that. So, same process. I'm going to stick this about in the center. Go up just a little bit. Just like this. Get out all those air bubbles. And for this one, let's see, what color should we use? We'll do the dark green for this one. So same process, dip my squeegee in, get a pretty decent amount, and go right through that silk screen. Push it all the way through, make sure everything is covered. And I'm going to squeegee the excess off because I don't want to waste any of this. Just like that. Now the reason I have so many different colors of green, right now there's only I think 2 or 3 different ones available, I think it's 2, is because some are older than others, but also because Chalk Couture is made with all natural pigments. Each color it makes tends to tweak it a little bit. So every season they come out with a bunch of new colors, and they rename everything because the pigments are a little bit different. So like this is Green Envy, but it's pretty close to this Evergreen here. It's a little bit lighter, but it's pretty close. So they tweak it a little bit with the natural pigments, and we have a new color. So that one's done. Oops. Just like that. Now you can see around the edges here, I'm starting to dry it up a little bit. It's getting a little bit lighter. So it's going to get loud because I'm going to turn on my hair dryer just to dry this quicker. Sorry. Yes, Brandy, the transfers will stick to themselves if they fold on themselves, just like tape would. But just like tape, you just pull it apart and they're fine. If it gets too bad where it's crumpled really bad, sometimes it ruins the transfer. So you got to be careful when you use them not to completely crumple it. But like, I'll even take my transfer. If it folds in on itself, just like that, you just pull it apart, just like tape. So I blow dried this so it's nice and dry. And the reason you do that when you're layering is because even though like this is dry and I didn't blow dry that, when layering, if this isn't a hard set, which usually takes about 20 minutes, then my next layer is going to pull that up. Because if you look at the truck, everywhere where this chalk is sticky. So it's going to attach to the stickiness instead of staying on the board. So that's why, one, we always use Chalk Couture boards when we're layering, and two, why we make sure we air dry it. Now granted, even if this does pull up a little underneath, I can go back and fix it, so I'm not really worried, but that's just to safeguard it a little bit. And I think for the top, I am going to use, I think we'll use evergreen for the top, or maybe I should use some white. White would look kind of good. It would bring a pop. We'll use white for the top of this. Hi, Colleen. Glad you could join us so you could see this. I expect to see some layering out of you here soon. So I'm just placing this right where the transfer matches up on the top. So you can see like the wheel wells down here. They're sticky here, so I'm just trying to match that up. Now with Chalk Couture's layering transfers, they put little like notches up here so you can put chalk in there and then you know you're layering exactly the same on both top and bottom. This is an older transfer, so it doesn't have that, but you just kind of match up your lines. And again, I'm going to get all of my air bubbles out. So this is where you would pull up the bottom transfer, because I'm getting that sticky stuff to stick to that bottom part. But even if that happens, I'll show you how to fix it. It's a quick fix. So Jamie, you vote white, me too. So that is what we're going to do. So I got my white. This is a brand new one, so it's nice and full. I'm going to get actually a lot on here because I have a lot of space to cover. So I'm just going to start just like typical stuff here, just going all through that silk screen. Just like this, get those wheels. Now you could get really crazy and make the wheels black like a regular car, but I'm not going to do that. Put all my excess right back in there. Just like this. Perfect. So let's see how well my bottom layer was dried, shall we? And there you are. I'd say the bottom layer got dried pretty well. So that is the second layer of the vintage truck. So again, I'm going to let this dry for a little bit and work up here, and then I'll go back and I'll blow dry that because Vintage Truck has lots of add-ons. So this Loads Of is part of it, and then I'm going to put some shamrocks in the back of the truck. This Vintage Truck has add-ons for spring and summer, winter, fall, 4th of July, everything. You can put a canoe in the back of it, you can put pumpkins, you can put corn. They've thought of everything for this Vintage Truck. I missed out on Valentine's Day because they have like a huge heaping heart one right here. You can see it in the bag. A bunch of hearts I could have put in the back of it, but I wasn't paying attention very well and didn't prepare and do it. So I'm going to go back up to the top and I'm going to put this luck kind of right underneath of that. And I think I'm going to do the luck in the, I don't know, should I do it white or should I do, Colleen, this is a 12 by 18 boutique board. So these haven't been in stock. They're coming back into stock tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Early March is when they're due back into stock. So be watching for it because these boards are amazing. So brand new transfer again. I'm going to fuzz it so I don't stretch it when I pull it up. Oh, someone's texting me. Sorry, doing a live, can't talk. Alright. Just like that. And you can't really see the fuzz, but there's just a little bit on there. I think the color you did the truck. Alright, Valerie. Oh, Jamie said white. Sorry, Jamie. You got overrode. I still love you, though. Don't worry. So we're just going to put this right down. So, Valerie, Colleen, you have another team member. I'm so excited for you guys. So, again, push it right through that silkscreen. And actually, we have to be careful on this one because I actually put some sticky adhesive right on there. The L there, I don't know if you can see it right here. So we'll see if it pulls it up because I didn't completely dry that. You always have to be careful of that. But again, since this is chalk paint or paste, easy fix. So I'm just going to, maybe, if I can get a hold of this, pull it right up. Oh, I'm good, it didn't pull it up. All right. You should see my hanging of transfers back here so I can clean them. I got quite the jungle back here. All right. So there's the luck. I like that. How does everybody like it so far? Are we liking it? Let me see some hearts. So again, with this white, I don't know if you can really see. You can start seeing that it's drying because it's lighter where it's drying and dark white where it's still wet. You can't really see it on there. I can see it, but you guys can't. So again, sorry for the noise. I'm going to blow dry this. So I mainly focused a lot of my heat right here because this is where the shamrocks are going to go. So I'm just going to separate my shamrocks by cutting right through that white line. Now Chalk Couture transfers, you really could cut anywhere you wanted. You didn't have to follow the white lines. As long as you don't cut through that silk screen, you'd be fine. So maybe I'm going to get this off. And I'm going to place these right in the back of my truck here. Just maybe. Oh, no I'm not, because this is a brand new transfer, so I'm going to fuzz it. always kind of forget about this part until right before I place it, just like that, and then I'm like, wait a second, I don't want to ruin my transfer. And now it doesn't always mean that you're going to ruin it if you do that. It's just better to be safe than sorry. So I always make sure I fuzz them. So just like that. And all I'm doing is lining up the back of this white piece right here, just with the very, very bottom of this, the shamrocks. I'm still seeing a little bit of white down there, but not too much. Sorry, my head's in the way there. I just couldn't see. So we'll go just like that. Okay. So then my shamrocks are going to be this lime color. So a little bit, or quite a bit darker actually than the back of my truck, but still lighter than this loads of up here. So kind of the in-between color here. And just going to take, not too much, but just enough. Put it all through all these shamrocks. And pick up the excess. Just like that. And, oops. There are our wonderful shamrocks. Now you can see right here, it peeled up. It wasn't dried completely. But that is an easy fix, and I'll show you how in just a minute. So let me get these all covered up here. So this is what happens when it's not dried completely. So I didn't focus enough of my heat right here, and it came up a little bit. But we're going to move on, and I'll come back to that once it's a little bit drier. I'm going to add some shamrocks kind of all around just to make it a little more festive. So I'm just going to cut these up. And perfect. So I think, I don't know. I think I'm going to do, I wish I had a big shamrock and I don't. Maybe one on either side, maybe a couple. That's what I'll do. I'll do a couple of them on either side of this. So, about there. So, because I'm going to be using this transfer, again, in a couple different spots, I'm just going to go quick, maybe, and lift it up and place it over here. And so now, as you can tell, you don't have to dry between or wash between each use, as long as you're quick with it. And the reason why I'm going back and forth is just to give that shamrock just a second to dry before I go really close to it. Because if my transfer touches it while it's wet, it'll absolutely pull it up. So there we go. A couple of transfers on each side. And what else should we do? I want to order some stuff to do the kids some St. Patty Day shirts. Oh, that would be so cute. Brandy, if you go back to my profile a couple weeks ago, I did a shirt for Landon School, and it says, who needs luck when you have this much charm? Oh, it was so cute. He wore it to school for his readable shirt day that they had in honor of like reading month. It was really cute. But you should absolutely go online and order the kids some stuff to make some shirts. That would be so cute. And my website is actually in the description of this video. So if you just go up there, you can, I don't know if it's a link or if it just has the URL to copy and paste. I wasn't really paying attention when I did that, but my link is up there. So, anything else I should add? Anybody think? Do some like little ones falling out the back. Hey, me and you had the same idea. Good idea, Jamie. I agree. I should do that. I'm going to do a couple of really big ones too. So, there we go. Anybody can do this. It's super easy, super fun too. I love doing my chalk time. It's kind of like my therapy. My chalk time works great. So, now we are going to fix this as soon as I hit. So actually, with this, you should probably be able to see. Oops, there went a hairdryer. So you see with this, right there, the middle of this shamrock is quite a bit darker than the outside. So that's the part that's not dry yet. So I'm just going to hit it. Just like that, and I'm going to take my vintage truck transfer and I'm just going to place it right where I'm missing that white. I'm not going to press down anywhere else because I don't need to worry about everything else. I just need this one little spot right here. So that's all I'm going to focus on. So I'll go back to my white. Put a little bit right there. And done. My oops is fixed. And that is how you make a wonderful St. Patty's Day sign. If you want to try this out and you live locally, I'm actually doing a party March 9th. Debbie Blue is actually hosting it. If you want to be a part of the party, all you have to do is go to my website, pick out a $14.99 transfer that you like, then go to the surfaces, pick out a either square, circle, or hexagon board, chalkboard. They should be about $10 each, and let me know, and then give me the money, which is $30 for the whole party, by Friday the 22nd, and I will order all your stuff. And the reason why the party is $30 is you get your transfer, your chalkboard, 2 sample color paste of your choice, and a mini squeegee for the $30, plus me teaching the class. What is local? Brandy, if you want to come down, you can absolutely come down. I will make a space for you if you want to travel that far. Just let me know what you want, and I will absolutely order it for you by Friday, okay? So, anybody have any questions? I know there's about a 30-second delay, so I'll just kind of hang out and see if anybody has any questions. What do you guys think of the board? It's my therapy too. Thank you for the lesson. Can't wait. Valerie, I can't wait for you to get your other transfers either. I'm so excited. You and Colleen and Anne, all of you guys are doing so awesome. I'm so proud of my little team I'm creating here. Did you order the vintage truck? What do you have holding up your phones? So I have, it's actually kind of like this. This is a clamp version, so mine's a little bit different than this, but it's basically this. It was like 10 bucks on Amazon. And it like screws onto the table rather than just clamping. So it's a little bit easier, I think. And it's bendy all down here, so I can move the camera any way I want to. Where are you, Brandy? I live in Deer Lodge. Thank you, Colleen. Yeah, Valerie, if you're going to start doing lives, actually, Valerie and Colleen, if you guys are going to start doing lives, I really suggest you get a stand. I'm actually going to get what's called an Archon stand. If you go on Ken's page, he has a picture of one, and they are amazing for doing lives because they have like a big flat base and then a spot for your iPad or tablet, and then your phone goes up above so you can see everything that's going on, because I have my tablet right there so I can see questions and stuff, so I don't have to look at my phone the entire time that I'm doing my live. I can actually sit down and kind of relax. So, all right. There's my board. Thank you guys for watching. And I actually have a YouTube page and a Twitch page. If everybody wants to go subscribe to those, I'm doing lots of videos on there too. My Twitch and my YouTube pages both have my Chalk Couture logo, which is like Chalk Couture and then cat prints underneath it. So if you guys want to go subscribe to those pages, I would really greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys. Bye.